What's good, everybody? It's your man, Chris. Man, you already know, throwing it up. AKA Apocalypse. We are back in the building. It is another edition of Boom. Y'all see that? Monday Night Mayhem, courtesy of Blair Myers Media. All right, this is a slightly later edition. You know what I'm saying? Had some work commitments needed to attend to, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But we back on track. It's Monday Night Mayhem. It's Blur Minds Media. You know, man, Chris, aka Apocalypse, back in the building. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Hope the holiday was festive, and hope everyone stayed safe. Of course, if I got to ride in these mean social media streets, I can't be alone. So first and foremost, my co-host, half of the world's greatest tag team, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Uncle Eugene, aka The Vault, rolling with me.
What up? What up?
Uncle Eugene, how you doing?
I'm good. Let's get in here. Let's knock this down.
Yeah, because
end of the year special.
Yeah, like I alluded to Jay Wall, I'm a little bummed out, and that is due to the homework, you know what I'm saying, that needed to be done in regards to who profiling tonight. This is my not just special request. We're gonna, end 2021 and going to 22. This is gonna be a reoccurring segment here on Monday Night Mayhem. We are naming this the Spotlight feature. Okay, Jay, why would you have like a spotlight graphic or something? Floodlights or something. But anyway, this is what we are calling the Spotlight feature. And for our first one, this is via request. All right, from another one of our Blur Minds Media brethren, the architect. Okay, Jay Wall, the jerk himself. Say what's up to the good people, Jay Wall.
What's happening, people? Hey, Chris, maybe try to push your mic in a little closer or something. It's just a little up and down right now.
How's that?
Say something.
Something.
Sounding better so far. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to start off the show real quick, just to apologize to the host and co-hosts and the viewers. It has been, if you can see the other side of the screen, it has been pandemonium just getting us to this point. I started, I worked late. I spilled bourbon everywhere. I got caught up in some YouTube fucking beef that wasn't even nothing of my own. And then we go to drop the show, and I play the wrong fucking intro video coming out. And I'm like, why is everybody's audio all weird? And I look, my fucking headphones ain't plugged in. People, I'm sorry. I can't always get it right.
Jay Wall, you sound a little discombobulated today.
Dude, I was running a marathon just to get us to this point.
We appreciate it, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Better late than never. Keeping this train rolling. Y'all already know, motherfucking Monday Night Mayhem. The first of what we call the Spotlight feature. This is by special request from Jay Wall, the jerk himself. You know what I'm saying? Why this wrestler in particular, Jay Wall?
Well, real quick before we get into that, shake that audio a little bit, man. Let's get you sounding like something so we can get into this. This is too important to miss.
Okay. Is it good?
Better.
This is definitely better. Yeah.
Good? Yes. No.
Better.
Fuck you, Chris.
You ain't never gonna sound good, but yeah.
Zinger.
Keep me in check. The ball. See, everybody ain't got their own ball. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have somebody that has a plethora of knowledge in regards to whatever subject matter may be. It can help somebody like me. Your man Chris, aka Apocalypse, stay in check, all right? So is my sound okay? Is that better?
It's kind of like going in and out, honestly.
Do I need to hop out real quick?
It's like doing that to every. It was like just like going on and like with it.
How's that?
That's just how it is.
That's it.
Hey, that's better right there.
There we go. There we go. Yay, technology. Woo. Anyway,
Yeah,
Jay,
you sound crisp right now, my friend. But I want to do a spotlight feature for a couple of reasons. I mean, obviously, my knowledge of wrestling is honestly getting spoon fed to me every Monday night for the most part. I mean, I had a very base level knowledge before we started this show, and the show actually got it into deeper. And like I said, I had a very, what do you call it, like in music, like a top 40s knowledge.
Right.
So it's like Hulk Hogan, obviously, Andre, Stone Cold, The Rock, HBK. I mean, I don't know, household names, I guess you would say. But there's so many people that wrestled before I was born, and then on top of that, before I really even got into wrestling or knew about it. And they got such crazy stories that I dig that the most. Like these wrestlers I really didn't know much about. Junkyard Dog being one of them. But then, like, just through my research of what we put together for the previous shows, and the little bit of times that we did touch on them as far as wrestling other wrestlers and just different conversation, different stories that kind of line, so you kind of like tied them in a little bit to the Junkyard Dog throughout the history of our shows. And it just kind of, I don't know, he just seemed very interesting to me, and he seemed very animated when I watched his clips, and I mean, he seemed like an awesome wrestler, to be honest. And then I did a small stint. Nothing major. Don't worry about Googling. You ain't going to find shit. But I did a small stint of semi-professional MMA myself. And my moniker coming out was going to be the Junkyard Dog. Just because when I was a kid, my uncle used to take us to his junkyard every now and then when he was, like trying to find parts and shit for his car. And the meanest junkyard dog in the yard was a 3-legged mutt. And I was like, if I looked like any animal coming to the ring, it's that Junkyard Dog. So I felt a kinship to him and his name, because that's the way I looked at myself. Like, ain't the most physical specimen. Not talking about him, but me.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, I'm going to be the meanest one in the yard.
Okay, a kindred spirit, if you will.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, it's dope that you brought that up, because tonight's first Monday Night Mayhem's first spotlight feature is the one and only JYD himself. You know what I'm saying? The Junkyard Dog. All right. Like I told Jay Wall right before we went on the air, because he's like, Chris, you okay? You feeling all right? And like I told him, man, I love doing the homework. We love doing the research on all the wrestlers we profile here on Monday Night Mayhem, yet, knowing that we're dealing with facts, and some of these facts are, to say the least, it can be a little depressing. Not everybody gets to ride off into the sunset and gets that storied Hollywood ending. Okay, who that? Is it that's Earth? Is that Earth?
Earth the Nerve.
Earth the Nerve chiming in. What's good? Hope you're doing all right, bro. Hope your holiday was safe. You know what I'm saying? So, if it's all right with the panel, we are going to hop into it. All right, we will chronicle the life and times and career of the one and only JYD himself. Junkyard Dog, man. Let's get it, y'all. Okay. Doing my fact checking and all that. Come to find out, he was actually born in what is Wadesboro, North Carolina. Okay. His real name is Sylvester Ritter. All right. Born December 14th, 1952. All right. Wadesboro, North Carolina. That sounds like tobacco growing country.
You know what I'm saying? Country.
Say what up, UJ?
Like country.
Right. Prior to attending college, it was difficult finding any background information in that regard. So, but I will give you what I was able to dig up to this point. Attended Fayetteville State University. I believe this is an all black college, possibly, but he was a 2-time honorable mention for All American. Okay, as a lineman. So, several other people we profile. Who was it? Duggan, Georgie Animal Steel. We haven't profiled him yet, but Dr. Death Steve Williams. A lot of people made the transition from the football background to the professional wrestling ranks. So no surprise that Sylvester Ritter, who would go on to be JYD, you know what I'm saying, securing 2 honorable mentions as All-American, okay? J-Wall, I know how you feel about certain wrestlers and their educational background, all right?
Right.
You're going to love this one, okay? Graduate, because he didn't just attend. He graduated from Fayetteville State University, all right? And received his degree in, are y'all ready for this? The Junkyard Dog received a degree in political science. He's a poli-sci major.
Damn it.
I'm picturing the Junkyard Dog at like a UN council meeting or whatever. Him negotiating or being a delegate or whatever. Can y'all picture that?
That would be hilarious.
You know, I mean, I'm like
America, how do you all feel about the peace treaty? I can hear him going, "Arr."
Exactly, man. But so, I mean, and this is another thing we love about doing these shows, you know, when you talk about the real life backstory and particularly educational. I mean, what was it? Georgie Animal Steel had a degree in teaching. Right. We discovered what Hacksaw Duggan had a degree in plant biology.
Yeah.
And the way he came to the ring, you know he's smoking that good shit.
Exactly. So in researching researching Sylvester Ritter, aka the Junkyard Dog, and seeing this degree in poli-sci. Yeah. That's a poli-sci major. That guy.
I mean, that looks like political science at its best.
Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? So more than impressed with that. You can talk about a poli-sci degree, all right? As far as his early career in training, Uncle Eugene, this is a name you should all be too familiar with when you talk about, you know, a lot of the Mid-South and Southern promotions, all right? His first signing and promotion was under Jerry Jarrett. All right, Jeff's old man. Okay. An independent tenant.
The Junkyard Dog was Jerry Jarrett?
Yes. That was his first working professional wrestling promotion under Jerry Jarrett Promotions. All right.
They fucked up. They should have definitely worked Jeff Jarrett into being some kind of random cousin or some shit.
Well, shit, back then, Jarrett, I don't even know even if Jeff was born, he couldn't have been no more than a baby.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no, I was saying that's what I'm saying. When Jeff Jarrett hit the scene, I would have played that all day. But I'm the Junkyard Dog's illegitimate cousin.
Oh wow. J-Wall tapping into some early like interracial taboo type BBC fetish. Anyway. Right. It is Memphis. There you go. But so finding out, you know what I'm saying, starting as far as under the old Jerry Jarrett Promotions and Uncle Eugene, I think this is a throwback promoter name you're familiar with, Nick. I'm gonna get this right. Gulas, Gulas. Him with Stu Hart at a Canadian promotion.
Yeah.
Okay, which to see.
I'm not real familiar with him, but I've heard of him. And Stu Hart, yeah, everybody's heard of Stu Hart,
right?
Of course.
I haven't eaten dinner all day, and you're talking goulash. What the fuck?
I know, right? What do you put in your goulash, J-Wall?
Honestly, dude, I've never ever cooked it.
Really?
I only know what my mom's taste like.
Well, what does your mom put in her goulash?
I know it's like egg noodles, ground beef, A lot
All
of
right.
cheese. I think like Rotel or maybe some diced tomatoes, something kind of like this,
Okay.
and probably a bunch of other delicious shit that I don't know nothing about. But god
Ah.
damn, it's good.
and finding out that he wrestled the Stu Hart promotion, and I'm like, wow, because that was a Canadian-based promotion, and I'm thinking about this dark brother from the small town south up north in hello, in Canada. Canada. Do they even have black people in Canada? Like actual native black people, not the ones that's moved there. Like, they're born black Canadian people. Drake don't count.
Yeah, you don't really, but
He-
that's the
he-
closest I know.
Right. He don't count. Okay.
You know what's wild though? Guess who's been living in Canada for like 10 years randomly?
Who?
Raekwon the chef.
Really?
Randomly, I heard it in an interview. He's just been up there just chilling with the
Man, shout out to the mighty Wu, man. Raekwon the chef. Not just Wu Tang, but I just think overall one of the most slept on MCs still to this day, man. Like,
yeah,
for
you
real.
gotta come to my crib in about a week or two. Only Built for Cuban Links vinyl should be showing up to my house.
Oh man, classic joint. And yes, kids, there is some more fucking homework for y'all to do. All right, let's get back into it. If y'all remember before they were WCW, NWA promotions, building up steam with the Southern based, they did cross promotional work with a lot of the smaller independent regional circuits, including here, this area, the Mid-South region. And this is where JYD first has his first foray into the industry that we love and affectionately call BAM! Mayhem. So from 80 to 84, Uncle Eugene, here's another name I know you're more than familiar with when you talk about throwback wrestling / promoters, the one and only Cowboy Bill Watts.
Yeah. I remember him as a wrestler even.
Right. Well, he is the one who originally came up with would be his signature junkyard dog gimmick and look. Originally, though, when you talk about the dog collar and the chain, it was actually attached to a wagon, all right, which was known as the junk wagon, all right, and it would have random knickknacks and whatnots in it, and that's what he would come to the ring with, okay, coming up with the gimmick and also simultaneously his nickname, because our resident wrestler / legend with profiling tonight, Sylvester Ritter, actually had a working background in a junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
So junkyard and salvaging, he was the real life Sanford, I guess, and son.
Dude, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Wouldn't it be dope if one time he came down to the ring in the truck with Red Fox? That would be hilarious. That would have been awesome, man. My favorite, what I would call old school shows coming up, because it was obviously past its coming out new shit when I was growing up. But I mean, I've seen them all. All in the Family, the Jeffersons, Archie Bunker, all this. But dude, Sanford and Son today to me holds up as funny. I could watch it today and laugh my ass off at Fred Sanford.
Yeah. It is funny.
It's funny because all three of those sitcoms, when you talk about Sanford and Son, the Jeffersons, and Archie Bunker, you know what I'm saying? They in their individual and collective ways, touched upon issues of racism in society. You know what I'm saying? This is way before Black Lives Matter, y'all. Okay. Bold and ballsy, and with that's a reference to some issues we're gonna get into tonight as we chronicle the career of the Junkyard Dog. But for right now, so going back to 84, working at NWA Mid-South region, Cowboy Bill Watts helping with his character development and gimmick. The pulling of now I would have loved to seen the pulling of the junk wagon. Yeah. Like Jay Wall said, there has to be some weird play on Sanford and Son in some capacity, I think. And knowing
So
and knowing he
as soon as you said that, I was like, bro, he should have went down there in the big red.
right, and knowing he had a real life salvaging junkyard work background. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about some early heat in this promotion, this is a 3-man faction we've referenced several times on Monday Night Mayhems. Okay, the one and only fabulous Freebirds. Okay, spearheaded by the flamboyant, if you will. Okay, the stars, Michael P.S. Hayes. All right. And digging up that early Freebird beef, I came across a storyline that even for professional wrestling, particularly back then, even I, it was a head scratcher, y'all. It was. JYD had been blinded after an attack on the Freebirds and with hair cream. Okay.
What the fuck?
I know. I looked for footage. I went on YouTube. I went on WWF. I'm trying to find the actual footage of this. You know, of course. Say what?
I saw it.
Did you see it? All right. Well, okay. School us. I'll go YouTube.
Like, what is the thing that, like, what does hair cream do to win a match? I mean, what how does that help
they
you?
had it, nobody knows. It was just something, and then they sprayed it in his face, you know, and
right.
And start screaming, you know, the typical.
I mean, a perm, I would believe it.
What about an S curl or a jerry curl? Would you buy that?
Dude, that would be hilarious if somebody just poured a bunch of So Glow on the mat and everybody. There you go. Slippery match.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And
coming to America.
And this storyline, it received overall so much heat, and they carried it to such an extreme. All right, it got so bad to where at shows, the Fabulous Freebirds themselves had police escorts. Okay, because the fans were so incensed. All right, because by this time, even in early promotions, he had a dry run as far as match victories. But his character was picking up steam. Okay, people were getting into him. All right, and so this early heat with the Fabulous Freebirds and the blinding with the hair cream, really went over the top. J-Wall, it went over the top. Okay,
so they did the same thing with
like Stallone.
They did the same thing with Kabuki and Jimmy Valiant.
Yes, handsome Jimmy.
Where he came with a ski mask on because
okay,
kept spraying it with the green mist.
This thing got so out of control. Okay, the match to culminate this beef. Now we have discussed specialty matches of numerous varieties on this platform. Okay, barbed wire death matches, Hell in a Cell, ladder matches. When I think about 1980, J-Wall, okay, that news clip that I sent you earlier.
Yep.
This is a reference to the match I'm talking about. Check this out, y'all.
Wait, that news clip was about that fucking match?
Yes.
Holy fuck, that's wild.
Okay, right. This is still during his blinded by hair cream and the Freebird storyline, all right? The match culmination, we talk about a specialty match. Are y'all ready for this one? A steel cage dog collar match.
Damn it. Let's just throw some other shit in there. Catch something on fire, why don't we?
Well, I mean, okay. Terry Funk and the Great Muta tried that, catch it on fire, and that didn't work out too good with the ring burning for 19 hours and all. But
holy fuck!
But I mean, so I'm digging this. I'm like, really? So I'm picturing J-Wall. Did you ever have any of the SmackDown games?
Yeah. I think I had the one on 64 actually.
Okay, that kind of doesn't count. But anyway, the point of the matter is, they kind of like where modes where you can create your own match. Literally, you can construct the arena. The structure.
Now I know why you're saying it didn't count, because on 64 we had no options like that.
Right, there you go.
You fight where we tell you to fight.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm thinking about how would you be able to put together a steel cage dog collar match? Because see, the dog collar match would be his staple specialty match. You understand what I'm saying as far as JYD? So
like Dusty Rhodes and the bull rope match.
right, like Dusty Rhodes and the bull rope match. You know, you think about what later on, somebody like I think Bret Hart, especially match of his, would either be the submission match or the Iron Man match.
Man match, yeah.
Don't y'all know I got to go to work tomorrow? I'm going to be looking up Dusty Rhodes roping matches shit all night. Damn it.
Bull rope match is interesting. You got to touch all four corners, drag the guy around, touch all four corners. But of course, in between you and him, when you're both pulled together on this bull rope, is a cowbell, which you can take and actually beat the hell out of the other guy with.
Fuck yeah.
Damn it. That sounds like that sounds like something we can do at the parking lot at Newview.
so like I said, well, go ahead, y'all. Go ahead, do your thing.
I got a couple more. The coal miner's glove on the pole.
Cole's miner glove on a pole match.
Special. That was a Mid-South special right there. The pole and get the glove down and pull it on. And you can beat the hell out of the other guy with the glove. Uncle
Eugene, how about the original lumberjack matches, or the matter of fact, the lumberjack strap match?
Yeah.
What you know about that, Jay Wall? This is before Hell in a Cell, baby.
Right?
Yeah. So
those probably were way more extreme than the actual Hell in a Cells too.
Yeah, well, I mean, Hell in a Cell the structure alone. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But when you talk about throwback specialty matches, you know, lumberjack strap matches, the coal miner's glove on a pole match, you know, and this steel cage dog collar match. So this is like two specialty matches in one. All right. And yes, you know, in case you want to know, JYD did prevail in that match. I want to find that match. I want to find that match. I have to know what a steel cage dog collar match looks like, y'all. All right.
Give me a second.
Give me a second. While still working the NWA Mid-South Promotions, we talk about some notable big names. We talk about down the road that JYD was in some serious beefs with. The Big Cat. Wow. Yeah, it was lame. I can't do it. But Ernie Ladd, okay. Ted DiBiase. What?
As a Cardinals fan, I'll accept that. You're not supposed to be able to do that right.
Right, okay. But the Big Cat. Holy crap! So that's what a dog collar steel cage match looks like. Lord.
Apparently so. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say, I mean, we're definitely going to get into this a little deeper tonight, but what you said at the beginning of the show and some of this the racist bullshit these guys had to go through. Google to this day is a card carrying Klans member. I can't find one picture of the Junkyard Dog winning a dog collar match, but there's plenty of other wrestlers choking over the dog collar. I'm like, you racist pieces of shit. There's no way that there's not a picture of him whooping somebody. It's his match. What are you talking about?
Right. Once again, alluding to my dad, you know what I'm saying? Definitely something he would point out when you talk about his get up, the dog collar, the chain, referencing Harlem Heat's original WCW, Cole and Kane slavery storyline turn.
Dude, that's rough.
Well, you know, a few shows back on the Misfits of Mayhem, as we featured and profiled Coco Beware. You know, and noting these are darker brothers. You know, Tony Atlas went through a lot of this. You know, we mentioned Kamala on the Misfits of Mayhem as well. So, you know, it's we're gonna get into some murky waters, y'all. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the racial component of the Junkyard Dog's career, you know what I'm saying? But on a lighter note for right now, All right, like I said, in the NWA Mid South, some notable beefs. Okay, Ted DiBiase, who became the $1 Million Man down the road. Okay, I mentioned Kamala, also King Kong Bundy. Aren't those two kaiju we featured on Monsters of Mayhem, J. Wall?
King Kong Bundy was a
kaiju. Kamala was a misfit.
But if you look at Kamala and the
Right.
way he handled Andre, he's a kaiju.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a kaiju. You know what I'm saying? 1982. All right, the culmination of beef he had been with Ted DiBiase. Here's another throwback specialty match from back in the day. The loser leaves town match. Ooh, JYD and Kamala.
I just had to throw it up. That's just like two Goliaths.
Ryan, man, bro, digging that up. Now that is definitely another match. That's a match I would love to dig up.
Dude, you two in this show has helped my typing tremendously. I type faster every week because of y'all.
For real? Okay. So 1982, he's been embroiled with a serious beef with who would become the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. All right. Culminating in another throwback specialty match, the loser leaves town match. All right. He does lose that match. Things culminate. Wait. Another reference to another misfit, another prior misfit, Koko B. Ware. Because JYD basically pulls off the same thing that Koko B. Ware did when he lost his loser leave town match. And holy shit, we got 2 stagger leads. Yeah. We got 2 stagger leads, man. What the? CJ Wall, you should have my "what the fuck is going on" clip. You should have had it ready, man. You should have had that one ready. I actually forgot about that.
So was he stagger lead as well, or he was just a whole other dude?
Right. No. Well, I mean, go ahead, tell it.
Was also stagger lead, and Junkyard Dog was also stagger lead.
Yeah, at a different time.
Here's where it gets deep, y'all. Because you're watching the last couple of weeks, and oh my God, first Hall pops up, and then Hall pops up again, and then he delivers, this threatening message. And now the 3rd week in a row, there's Big Daddy Cool Diesel, because he wrestles in the WWF, even though I'm a WCW viewer. Oh my God, what the fuck is going on? Exactly.
So are you telling me that these fucking guys who run the wrestling shit just was like they had like one name on the board and they're like, well, any black wrestler who loses a go out of town match, this is you and here's your mask.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So who was stagger lead first?
I think it was Koko B. Ware.
Holy crap.
Whoa, Waggy. Whoa, Waggy. We got a mystery. Who?
I went to see him at the Gardens when he was stagger lead one time. Because, of course, Handsome Jimmy was there. And stagger lead, they were fighting. I can't remember who they were fighting. But, yeah.
Right.
The fact that you have 2 wrestlers as the moniker stagger lead is as creative as the Washington football team.
Oh. Oh. Shout out to the Washington Foreskins as they beating up on each other in their ass whooping of Dallas, handed to them by Dallas last night. Y'all gonna probably definitely get mudhole of the week.
That was classless, actually. That was the most classless thing I've ever seen. Throwing a touchdown pass right 10 seconds before halftime, you're already up 35-7. Nah, classless.
You know what? See, I ain't gonna lie. I believe in kicking a man when he's down, and when you want to put that in sports, that I don't buy that whole sanctity of the game sportsmanship. You want to stop me, motherfucker, running the score up. Well, yeah.
You get 15 guys out.
You know what? None of that's
practice squad and shit. And
none of that's my fault.
Run the score up on them and make them look bad on it.
None of that's. Listen, all the guys
play them twice a year, every year.
Look, all the guys you have missing is not my fault.
What goes around will come around.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. The whole sports karma theory. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. No, I'm not a Dallas fan. What I'm saying, still in the spirit of competition, if there's opportunity to beat the shit out of your ass, then so be it. Like, you want to be mad? Stop me. Stop me from scoring. Like, fuck you, man. Like, we ain't no.
The worst part about that game is what Chris spoke on last night. The best highlight for Washington was their own players fighting each other.
Oh my God, yeah. And they were teammates in college.
Real.
So that might have been some deep-rooted "you fucked my wife" beef.
Exactly. I knew it. I fucking knew it. What else would two brothers fight on national TV in the midst of their football team getting the shit kicked out of? Y'all fight over some broad.
Yeah, one of them. Why you got naked pictures of my girl?
Yeah, well, why are you looking at my phone? Nigga? Like,
man, wait a second.
Why are you showing him naked pictures of my girl? I eat you naked pictures of my girl.
What are you saying? That was in college. She didn't have a C-section scar in college.
Exactly. Yo, we got off the rails, y'all, but it's all good. This is Monday Night Mayhem. This is how we doing it. Spotlight feature, JYD. I'm gonna try to get a semblance of order back together. All right. So rounded out 82. Rounding out 82, like I said, in this loser leaves town match defeat against Ted DiBiase. Obviously returns under the moniker Stagger Lee. We there's 2 Stagger Lees in this promotion. Like Jay Wall said, this obviously must be a how would you phrase this, Jay Wall? A racial delegation?
I'll tell you how it probably sounded. Oh, so the colored feller lost. Clearly it is. Like how do you give 2 people the same goddamn? that was just. You know what that was? That was an old country white dude sitting there, and he was like, "Well, they do kind of look the same, don't they?"
See,
people, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Exactly, but it's all to the good. Okay. Oh, one last tidbit. All right, and going out a major beef with brother Butch Reed. Later on, he would team up with Ron Simmons. They would become Doom. They will become the world's first Black tag team champions, courtesy of WCW. You know what I'm saying? Now, here goes a rundown, Jay Wall, of him, JYD, and Butch Reed's beef in specialty matches. I want to know what a ghetto street fight is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what that is personally, but I'm saying in the constructs of a wrestling match. Like, what does that entail?
Again, I think it's the same dude. So what if we just put ghetto in the front of the name? Send them on out there. Okay. If a ghetto street fight doesn't tickle your fancy, they had a series of 2 out of 3 falls matches. You know what I'm saying? And those are endurance-based matches. So you think about the stamina and the cardiovascular to sell those matches. All right, that's more than impressive. You know what I'm saying? And another variation of the steel cage dog collar match. You know what? This fucking match, dude, I swear. Steel cage dog collar match. Like, the more I hear it, and the more I still try to picture it, and yet there's a fuzziness and there's a haze because the possibilities are endless for me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hunt these down, y'all. So look, check it out. JYD, after his early career, his first foray, grinding, working hard, running through the NWA Mid-South regions, and Jay Wall, you know that phone call. You know the phone call that motherfuckers get, man. Y'all know the phone call. Y'all know who's on the other end of the line. Our resident favorite CEO here at Monday Night Mayhem, the one and only Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Okay. Oh, Vince. You know what's funny? I found this.
What's that?
And this says Vince McMahon all over it.
What's that? You know what? I swear. Oh, that was the ad for the action figures. Who's that? Brutus the Barber Beefcake, George the Animal Steel. Who else is in that? Ricky Steamboat, Piper, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah.
It's wow. We named all 6 of them. We are sad.
I can see Vince like, you want to get rid of that Stagger Lee bullshit?
Right.
Do a cheesy commercial for me.
So, JYD gets the call from Vince McMahon and chronicling his WWF run, his highlight heyday 84 to 88. We're going to get into it. All right. First major WWF splash is at the first WrestleMania. All right. Which is 1980. I think that's 1985. All right. Excuse me. Taking on one of the guys we just seen in that ad, Greg the Hammer Valentine. Intercontinental title match is on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Huge stage. This is the first WrestleMania. Everybody's nervous. This is a new a platform when you talk about the WWF and their national push. And JYD does secure a victory over Greg the Hammer Valentine. Yet it's somewhat sour grapes because, see, the title cannot change hands via disqualification. And if you guys know your wrestling, this is something that still occasionally is done up to this day. When you talk about selling that heel heat, the purposely getting disqualified. All right.
Yeah, they used to piss me off on Monday Night Raw. I would watch the champion would come to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else would fight him. I mean, just fill in the blank of whoever. They would win, and then the champion would still leave with the belt. I was like, this is bullshit. You just got your ass kicked. Right.
Well, I mean, title can't change hands on what is it? What was it, Uncle Eugene, back in the day? Count out or disqualification.
Yeah, it's still that crap. And that way, they make you watch it again when they fight again, and it happens again.
Right.
And then you fight them again, and you watch it again, and then they go to the pay-per-view, and then you pay in to see it because they got to do something different at the pay-per-view.
Say what? Yeah, there has to be a resolve now at the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
That was
sound like there for a while. Vince McMahon had a lot of money in the Patriots.
Oh wait! # Buck Tom Brady.
Gonna be on the hoodie soon, folks.
That's right. That's how we do over here. Now, this is significant because, for one, like I pointed out, this is the first WrestleMania. All right, y'all know the event, the spectacle that WrestleMania grew. All right, so at the first WrestleMania, to have this IC title shot, you know what I'm saying, and Greg the Hammer Valentine, and to have this victory via disqualification, yet lacking of the security of the title. Because I'm about to start going there.
Let's go.
Okay. Some notable other big name beefs. All right. The King himself, Harley Race. All right. I know, Uncle Eugene, this is probably one of your guilty pleasures as far as tag teams. All right. Dory and Terry, the Funk Brothers themselves. All right. We noted Greg the Hammer Valentine as far as another notable JYD beef. All right. Another JYD staple, started in the smaller promotions and now with the WWF push. Once again, I feel similar to Coco Beware, being very fan friendly and safe. All right, actually inviting kids into the ring to dance with him. I always thought that was a sight to see, especially small little white kids. All right. Because JYD, ladies and gentlemen, I got the numbers, I got the stats. All right, you've seen the pics. The man was no small fry, listed at 6'2", from you know what I'm saying. As far as his wrestling weight, average between 280 to 285. All right, knowing he has a football background, sizable, big, burly man. All right, huge, broad man, and to see just these small children in the ring dancing, kind of what would you call it?
They were drawn to him.
Right.
They loved him. They loved him.
Right.
Because
he was safe enough. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't much of a threat.
Right,
You feel me? And like I said, I can't help but allude to the similarities when you talk about his charisma and the way he can play to the crowd. Coco beware. You know what I'm saying? The kids in the ring with him and stuff, man. And I don't know, it just visually, particularly me being by this time I'm like maybe 10, 11, 12 years old. I hadn't left Louisville yet. Okay. Being here, what I'm saying, from the Mid-South, and just seeing just visually the way it affected me, you know what I'm saying? This is coming on the heels of integration as far as busing, particularly here in Jefferson County, you know what I'm saying? Being a product of that. We don't want to go to school with our precious white children. And yet I see this grown and like I said, similar to me, y'all, darker complected black man, and the fans cheering. Okay, that's one thing, but to see these small white children, saying that the children of these fans gravitate toward him in that manner, and particularly the dancing in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Like getting his straight boogie on, it resonated with me. It really did. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a sight to see, yet I cannot help but express my frustration with someone who could pack houses. This is someone who performed at the first WrestleMania. And whether it was a live event, whether it was a dark match, whether it was house shows, okay, JYD packed those seats. Lot of checks written and cashed. Makes me wonder though, not only how many checks did JYD get, the amount, or as we're gonna get into it to some capacity, the lack of amount. All right. One last note as far as his WWF turn from 84 to 88. Now I do specifically remember this match, you know what I'm saying? Another disqualification / victory, over, a lot of y'all actually rip me, okay? But when it comes to heels, I don't give a fuck. I love me some Rick Rude. I did. I loved me. I know, man. It's that Minnesota school of class, Uncle Eugene. Him, Kurt Hennig, those guys. I love those guys. All right.
Kurt Hennig. I met Kurt Hennig. He was cool, but
right.
His character, I don't think that was far off.
Right. I love Rick Rude. Rick Rude is one of my favorite. Look at him, the OG of the six pack. I mean, look at that guy. Like, that was an arrogant. Go ahead.
This picture right here is hilarious. He's got the Junkyard Dog on his pants.
Right. Oh,
that's crazy.
Where are we going with this specifically?
I have no clue, but I mean, he definitely has the Junkyard Dog's face all in his junk region.
I know it. Like, why is his face in his junk? His face is in Rude's junkyard. Was this a
pants swap match?
A pants swap match. Another thing that really stuck, and this match is just an example. Huge stage, all right, because this disqualification loss against Rick Rude happened 1988, August 1988. That is significant because just like his loss to Greg the Hammer Valentine at the first WrestleMania, August 1988 was the first SummerSlam. All right. So makes me beg the question, you get that heat, you're packing the houses, you slap some mid-card jobbers around, you start to get some top billing, and yet every time, supposedly when you're getting that push, the creative consultants, the powers that be, if you will, you know what I'm saying, have woven into the storyline Nah, you're still gonna have to lose this match, JYD. J Wall, y'all know I'm old school. I'm looking at my Gucci. It's about that time. Hit him off with that Peacock commercial.
Hit them off.
Mm, 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 mm. You already know it's your man Chris, aka Apocalypse, courtesy of Blurred Minds Media. I am here to remind you, the public, if you really want to take a different look, take a different angle on your shoe game, it's really easy. Just check out my man Adrian Richardson, y'all. Peacock Line. Peacock Line. All right, check it out. All right, this is original footwear, quality footwear, genuine Italian leather. Okay, combined with suede. All right. That sounds like a match made in heaven. All right. Dare to be different. You need to think outside that box. All right. Check out Adrian Richardson's Peacock Line original footwear collection. All right. You need to cop those joints ASAP. All right. One.
Yeah. And if you want to ask him any questions about it, you can do so live Thursday nights at 8 on Blurred Minds Movie Militia.
What? Say it again, Jay Wall, because some of these motherfuckers are dumb.
Thursday night, 8 o'clock, we have a movie review show, Blurred Minds Movie Militia, and Adrian Richardson, the designer, creator, CEO of Peacock Brand, is a host on the show.
Y'all heard Jay Wall the Jerk, Movie Militia, Thursday nights. Okay, a new venture as far as the Blurred Minds Media platform. Okay, Siskel and Ebert totally turned on its head, I guess. All right, and part of the Movie Militia is the man himself, Adrian Richardson, the originator of the Peacock collection. All right, so thank you for that tidbit, Jay Wall. Appreciate it. Hopefully, the good people, you know what I'm saying, to tune in, check that out. All right, and support Peacock footwear, y'all. Let's get it. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody in their little Christmas recovery mode? Y'all see Uncle Eugene throwing up the Dudleys. Y'all see that?
It's because I'm getting that roll.
That's okay. That's okay. Uncle Eugene said he's gonna have to cut out on us a little early, do the prior commitments, but we all, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to pull up to the red light real quick, let him hop out the whip so he can tend to his business. But Jay Wall, he's still running with me, so we're gonna keep smashing through these mean social media streets.
I will see y'all next week.
All right, take care.
All right.
So we're going to keep smashing through these social media streets as we continue to chronicle the life and times of the one and only Junkyard Dog. There, by this time, it's 1988. And our resident spotlight feature tonight, JYD, has left the WWF. All right. He's now under the NWA. Will later on become WCW banner, you know what I'm saying? Made a big splash as far as his debut, though, no doubt. All right, December 7th, 1988. While not a pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying, pay-per-view quality. These were quarterly TV specials, televised events that the WCW would have, and they were billed Clash of the Champions, all right? A Clash of the Champions 5. Like I said, December 7th, 1988, he makes his, still NWA debut, does a really cool run-in segment, all right, in regards to brother Butch Reed, and why we didn't profile him, you know what I'm saying? We have a special love and affinity here at Monday Night Mayhem, all right, for Abdullah the Butcher, all right. Jay Wall, I don't know about you, but I know as far as starting a new job, you know, a really cool way to end my first year at a new job. You know how it is. You know all the shit you get when you're the new guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what is a pretty dope way to end the first year of your new job? You know what I'm saying? You win a battle royal, what is called the Bunkhouse Battle Royal, later to become known as the Bunkhouse Stampede, and you walk away with 50 fucking grand in your pocket.
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
No, it's a good way to end your first year.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
sorry. In your first year, yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Think of
if they told me my job now, I'd be like, all right, it's the end of the year. If you go in there and body slam the boss, we'll give you 50 G's. I'd be like, where's that motherfucker at?
exactly. So
I'll be in there
like
like this.
hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And once again, I have to raise this point for all you brand snobs. I only watch this promotion. I only watch this promotion. Look, you've seen enough of the JYD on the national stage in regards to his WWF run. All right. So coming to NWA would be WCW coming down south. Okay. The home base, Atlanta, Georgia. Ted Turner and the boys. All right. Y'all knew when JYD stepped in the house, okay, the price of poker is going up. And this $50,000 year-end Battle Royal victory cash prize definitely had to put some motherfuckers in that NWA/WCW locker room on notice. Look at him. He was, that's another thing physically, Jay Watt, for his size, agile man. Okay. Not one of these boring, stiff, burly, big, you talk about big men in wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Very athletic men. You know what I'm saying? All right, May 90. All right. It's his heat's picking up. All right. So now going from mid-card to what they call main event heat. All right. These are the series of matches they're going to book you in opponents. All right. To start selling you as a main eventer. All right. May 90 is significant. All right. Because on an edition of I think by then they made their official turn to WCW with their Saturday night programming. Junkyard Dog walks into the ring. Okay. Takes a guy out in 39 seconds. No big deal. 39 seconds. Now,
that dude didn't have enough time to think about the ass woman you took.
Right. Now, this is nothing new. All right, guys like him, even guys even bigger, guys like Kamala. We talk about your bigger frame wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Against some of the lower and mid-card guys, they would occasionally sell matches like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to show that dominance. You know what I'm saying? This one in particular, all right, is interesting to me in regards to the homework that I got to dig for this episode. Because the wrestler he secures this 39-second victory over went by the name of Mean Mark Callis. This is the man who would later go on to become one of the all-time greats, the one and only Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is another example of how much homework we do here at Monday Night Mayhem. Jay Wall, I'm gonna try to find that match, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not much to watch. It's like, wow, that's the guy that became the Undertaker, and JYD just kind of waltzed through him. You know what I'm saying? So another early NWA WCW highlight. All right, now he at main event he is really picking up. So who else? Okay, but to be into the fray, you know what I'm saying? What that last stepping stone? You talk about JYD and trying to secure that legendary status. You have to get him in a major beef with the one and only resident Nature Boy himself, 16-time world champion. Woo! There it is. Rick motherfucking fucking Flair.
I mean,
Dude,
honestly, just size comparison. Ric Flair looks like he's in for a beating.
and Flair weight wise, Flair 235 to 240, a good portion of his career. We talk about his heyday. You know what I'm saying? So definitely not no cruiserweight. You feel me?
Definitely not.
I was really excited going into these run of matches. Like I said, I gravitated towards JYD early between the smaller promotions. I got to see him here work the Mid-South regions, that WWF push, you know what I'm saying? So here in WCW, and he's about to take on the man, okay, like the foundation of the company. This is Ric Flair, ladies and gentlemen, you know? And I am not going to be shy. I'm not going to be shy. I'm going to say it. I'm thinking it's about time the brothers get they due. Okay, even at that young of an age, I can think about numerous black performers. You know, physical presence, energetic, charismatic. They fill in the seats. The fans love them. Yet the lack of championship straps around a lot of these performers' waists. More than frustrating. Makes me feel conflicted, knowing how much I love mayhem, knowing how much I love professional wrestling. Yet I can't deny what I've seen and witnessed up to this point. So going into JYD and Flair, all right, it is going down. Clash of the Champions, June 1990. Their 11th Clash of the Champions televised special, all right? June 90th. And once again, you know, J-Wall, I got a catchphrase. You know, if you don't have expectations, you can't be disappointed.
That is very fucking true.
Sad but true. Ooh, Metallica. Okay. It's a fucked up way to live. But the point is valid nonetheless. All right. Once again, Flair gets himself disqualified. Wow, I haven't seen this fucking movie again. You know, yeah, in the books, JYD secures the victory, and yet there is no exchanging of the world title.
Again, man.
You know, I'm like, wow, you know, if I want to watch rerun, yeah, I know, right? The game is so fucking rigged, okay? I'm good enough to train. I'm good enough to work the ranks, okay? And then we talk about that WWF 84 to 88 push. I'm part of the national stage. This is when the WWF was built. This was their new generation movement. So guys like JYD, George the Animal Steel, British Bulldog, Hulk Hogan.
You know, I don't know how or why, but I feel like this is probably the reason that JYD went to what became the WCW.
Uh-huh. You know what? Yeah.
I mean, just explain what kind of fuckery is this?
And see, this is that is a prime example of like J-Wall points out, the fuckery. All right, this man had to do. Now I get it. You know, part of the job of wrestling. You know, there's a lot of crap you got to do outside the ring. You know, selling the promos, doing the bits, public appearances. I get all that. But there's a lack of integrity. And for me, I'm not gonna be shy about saying it, Jay Wall. For anybody who's watching the live, or for anybody who catches on the replay, a lack of racial integrity.
Absolutely. I mean, you had Booker T billed as a slave. What the fuck?
Okay, so when I think about Clash of the Champions, number 11th. When I think about June 1990, another hot summer night, and the failure of JYD, securing that legitimate 1, 2, 3, or submission, if you will. It doesn't matter. But securing that legitimate victory, you know what I'm saying? And to be crowned WCW World Heavyweight Champion. I felt it was due. I'm like, white people still don't like us. They're buying hip hop. You know, some of them are cool enough and let us date their daughters. Okay. It's still not good enough. It's still not good enough.
And that's, I mean, honestly, as a marketing business point of view, what an awful business decision to have a popular wrestlers never get their real shine when people are buying tickets, sitting in seats to see them. Isn't that the whole fucking reason that you even have anybody in the ring?
And you keep in mind, by this time now, we're getting to the early days of pay-per-view. So those pay-per-view live events. So bigger venues, and those venues hold what? More seats that need to be filled.
Man, like you said, kids coming to the ring, dancing with them, loving it. They would talk about that for years to come.
Years.
And you got a guy this popular, this charismatic, and he can't get the belt? That's fucking just despicable, really.
It's February 1991, and JYD, it's just 3 years into his NWA/WCW tenure before he secures his first actual title of any capacity. All right. Back then, when it comes to the tag team ranks, there was just like a standard tag team title, there was a 6-man tag team title. All right. Referencing once again the Fabulous Freebirds. All right. He teams up with Ricky Morton, one half of the Rock and Roll Express, or as I said before, one of the top 10 tag teams of all time. All right. And another regional legend, but this was in his national push. All right. The Wildfire, Tommy Rich. So while there's a 6-man tag title reign, I just felt like this is more throwing of the crumbs, if you will, Jay Wall. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, dude. I mean, the thing is, back then, I mean, people.
This is the 90s, though. I'm not discussing professional wrestling in the 70s and the 80s. This is the 90s now. Or how did the kids say today? We're so progressive now. We're so inclusive. Everyone's equal.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like early on, like in his career, I'm sure that was it's probably like business as usual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you I mean, hold on, let me pull this back up just to show you the hypocrisy of the situation we're talking about here.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Yeah. Because some of them might be a little slow, Jay Wall, so you might need to give them a visual aid. Give them a visual aid.
This right here. This is a very expensive commercial with wrestlers on it promoting toys, right?
Yes.
So you put him in the commercial, you spend the money. You spend the money to market and mold a plastic figure in his likeness. But you can't let him get the championship. That'll go to show you, like, as long as it's bringing in the money, that's fine. But the betrayal, the portrayal of a man, a so-called black man, holding up that belt, just seemed to be like so, like, what, we can't do that. Like we can put him in commercials. We can have toys that look like him, all in the stores, but he just can't hold that belt. It's like
he good enough to make his money for it. He good enough to make this money for us.
Yeah.
And when you talk, and especially, I love how you use that WWF ad as an example of the point you're making. Because while career-wise, we're in his NWA WCW run, all right, the point is still valid, ladies and gentlemen, as Jay Wall illustrates. He's good enough to pack the seats. A co-headlining match at the WWF's first WrestleMania. A
And
co-head.
think about that commercial if you really think about it, though. He's the
Yeah.
only so-called black man in the commercial.
No, it's no
And
so-called. He is the only black man in the commercial.
No, not
So-
I speak as so-called black, so-called white because I don't believe in the racialist terms.
Right,
I
right.
believe that's what keeps racism going. But
Okay.
to me, he's the only black man in the thing
Okay.
at all, which means you had to put him in that commercial because you know he's highly marketable.
Right.
But the funny thing is, you had probably 15, 20, 100, who knows how many other white wrestlers you could have
Mhm.
just put in that commercial. So
Right.
you see his value. You see that people love his character. They like him.
Mhm.
But the only thing you can't do is put a belt in the man's head. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like he was some random mid-card jobber who
Right.
you just throw out every now and then. This is one of your top marketable people.
Right.
That's the craziest thing. That'll show you right there just how shady that whole situation is and was, because he can have all the stardom of anybody else on your fucking roster. There's plenty of so-called white wrestlers looking at that commercial like, why the fuck did I get in this commercial?
Right.
So, not for
And
nothing, he sells, but if he sells tickets, wouldn't it sell even more if he got that belt?
And not only that, a lot of them white wrestlers damn sure didn't have kids dancing in the ring with them.
No.
And here's another reason as a black man, I always found that visually stunning. While I'm seeing these white kids in the ring dancing with them, I still have no doubt a good majority of these kids' parents are still some racist pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
it's law of averages, it's math. There is no way all these parents of all these white kids who love and gravitate toward this man and can dance in the ring with him, there is no way all those parents are cool with us.
No.
You feel what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? I bet all them parents were probably ecstatic their kid got in the ring that night. But the funny
Right.
thing is, they would trip if that same kid brought home a black boy or girlfriend.
Right, exactly.
You know what I
You know
mean?
what I'm saying?
See, that's one thing I have learned about the racist.
Mhm.
In the name of entertainment, they don't give two shits. I know
Right.
people who are card-carrying racist motherfuckers for sure. But they can quote you every line from the Friday movies. See, that's the thing. Like, as long as it's within the realm of sports and entertainment,
right.
it's okay to cheer on
Yeah.
a black guy. But as
Yeah.
soon as it comes to your house, like, get out of here. Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the thing is, but you spend money, you spend time investing in these characters and these athletes and these people, but you don't see the fact that, but you don't see a problem with it at all.
Right.
But then when you look at your neighbor,
Okay.
now you got every stereotype on the list for your neighbor. That's what kills me. It's like, don't you see the correlation that your neighbor
Exactly,
is no
man.
different than that entertainer, and that entertainer's no different than your neighbor? And the funny thing is, you're still looking at the highly melanated skin of this person. What you
Mhm.
really need to realize is that's just a fucking person.
Right. True. And expanding on that point and how that relates to JYD's career and closing out his NWA WCW run. Unfortunately, it gets worse. All right.
You know what? Fuck
What?
Vince and every other cocksucker that did this stupid shit. We're
Right.
exposing you all tonight. In honor of the Junkyard Dog, Chris is going to give it to you raw and tell you the truth, because you know what? It needs to be said. And I mean, and trust me, I'm not some bleeding heart liberal, but at the same
Right.
time, how can you have such a dude who is such a figure, a force in a genre, and just let his legacy go by the wayside? That's one thing that I love that Chris and Eugene and Monday Night Mayhem brings to light. Some wrestlers, some of y'all forgot about, never heard about, but we're going to put them in your face because they deserve the mention. They deserve to be talked about. They deserve to be historically spoken about as Andre or Hulk Hogan or anybody else.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard what my man Jay Wall said? We digging in the crates, okay? We dusting off the cobwebs. We're going to be exposing the real, and not just tonight, you know what I'm saying? Every Monday Night Mayhem, okay? And when we're profiling wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, of the black variety at some point or another. All right. These things come into play, not just in far as their career, their life. And if that makes you uncomfortable, if that makes you uneasy, you can mute it or not watch, so just chime in the next week. You know, I mean, we're cool with that, but we're gonna talk about it. Shout out to Shop Talk Sports, Big E. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna talk about it. Because, like I said, it gets worse. All right, he leaves WCW in '91 due to injury. Does make a huge splash at another one of their huge events yearly. All right, this is Super Brawl. This one was Super Brawl 2, February '92. One of our favorites, Jay Wall, he's back. Okay. It's the OG of the man boobs himself. All right. It's Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher's everywhere.
He always shows up peculiarly. You know what? We might have to just fuck around and do a show on this guy.
Oh. You know, I know what? He would be a great fit for either another Misfit mixtape or Monsters mixtape.
You know what? We might eventually have to tie them together and just do Misfit Monsters.
Right. Abdullah the Butcher's a dual threat, y'all, when it comes to mayhem. Ooh, dual threat. I like that. So our resident king of the man boobs, Abdullah the Butcher, is back on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Also involved is Ron Simmons. Once again, mentioning him. And another prevalent black wrestler, brother Butch Reed, you know, Ron Simmons, Butch Reed, they would become Doom under the management of Teddy Long and become the first black tag team world champions of any major federation. All right. So when you listen to the list of guys, whether smaller promotions and bigger promotions that JYD worked with. And I say work with because it's like, well, even if you got to beat the shit out of the guy in the match, you know, y'all still work together. What is that work conversation like? Like if the two of them are hanging out and meeting two chicks and they're like, well, what do you guys do for a living?
Yeah, but like, well, you know, I kick him in the nuts. He power bombs me. And then he throws an elbow off the top rope right into my chest.
Right.
We go have beers.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, brother Butch Reed, Ron Simmons.
If I told you what I did today for work, and I could swap that out for a wrestler's day, workday story, I would be a happy camper, dude. I mean, it couldn't get much worse than what I had to do today at work, and it couldn't get much better than anything they've done for in ring.
Right.
Because even if the good thing, I always feel the good thing about that job is, even if you've had a bad day or you don't like the dude you're in the ring with, you kind of get to take it out on them.
There you go. That's what's up. Last major WCW storyline, he teams up with another underappreciated and I feel rarely talked about, particularly as far as black performers. All right, the Big Cat, Ernie Ladd. All right. Major tag team beef with, oh my God, Jay Wall. I think I sent you this when I dug this up. All right. Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And the one and only Vinny Vegas. Yes, the same Vinny Vegas who would become Big Daddy Cool Diesel in the WWF / Kevin Nash, NWO Outsiders. All right. I have referenced this before, okay? When I think about great all-time stars and shitty origin characters, okay, it's hard-pressed for me to top Vinny Vegas. Okay.
Dude, I don't remember this, but because my first introduction in my memory to Kevin Nash was Diesel.
Right.
But was Vinny Vegas like an awful wannabe Italian, kind of like Razor Ramon and being a Latino?
Okay, his backstory is, all right, he was a collector, you know what I'm saying, for the mob. Okay. Like, you know, let's say once again you were stupid and didn't watch Shop Talk Sports, and therefore you didn't listen to Big E and his parlay picks. All right.
Man, what a dumbass.
Right. And so, you know, when the VIG and all that is due, okay, this is the guy that you said, hence Vinny Vegas. That was his character. All right. So in finding this DDP Vinny Vegas beef, it's like, oh, Vinny Vegas, bruh. Like, because I know what he went on to become as far as Big Daddy Cool Diesel, and then with him and Hall and the NWO and Outsider, it's like I still remember those Vinny Vegas days. I still remember you, Vinny. You know what I'm saying? So just yeah,
Let me find a picture of this motherfucker.
yeah. I mean, you've never seen him as Vinny Vegas?
No.
Oh my god, bro! It's even for back then. You're like, man. Now you talk about a level of cheesiness. All right. Especially using our resident immigrant Razor Ramon as an example. All right.
I feel like we may have disrespected Razor a bit early. I'm gonna go ahead and say that now.
We love you, Razor. We love you. We love you, man.
I might have to recant a lot of shit I said about him after this Vinny Vegas shit.
I'm telling you, man, Vinny Vegas. Okay, when I think about somebody went on to become an all-time great, and yet, like, we talk about, really having to pay their bones in the industry before they really broke big. I mean, Vinny Vegas it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It is. So, like I said, him teaming up with the Big Cat, Ernie Ladd, and DDP and Vinny Vegas, last real tag team splash before his departure as far as WCW. By this time, this is the end of '93. I did dig up some info. Basically worked mid-card and independent circuits from '94 to '95. He founded what was called the Dog Pound, all right, which was a wrestling school / independent promotion based out of Louisiana. All right. Like a lot of these shows we do, particularly people, you know what I'm saying, a little close to the chest as far as my memories of wrestling. And once again, not being shy, in addressing the racial component of his story and career. The turn will get darker. Returning from his daughter, whose name I have listed, I found it. Her name is Latoya Ritter. On the way back from his daughter's graduation, June 1st, 1998, Sylvester Ritter, the one we affectionately have come to know as JYD, the Junkyard Dog, is killed in a single car accident. Yeah. Just like his life. I mean, it sucks. His life was cut short. He was only 45 when he passed in this car wreck. And finding this out, it just got me reflecting, man. And I started thinking more about his career and how opportunities, while on paper, were seemingly given to him. Well, actually, he earned. You know what I'm saying? Still had to be cut short. And then to hear, like I said, this car accident that resulted in his death taking place, returning from his daughter's graduation.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Man. That's tough.
Yeah. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? Just like with Kamala and Coco Beware or whatever and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Another reason I personally, and I think Jay will agree, another reason I personally love doing these Mayhem shows, because like he alluded to earlier, we're just not going to just talk about their career highlights and all the cool moments. This is the life and times of these wrestlers we profile.
Yeah. I think that really, honestly, man, as we get down the road, and people really catch wind of what we got going on, I think that's going to be one of the coolest draws of the show. Is not only are you going to get the in-ring accolades and the situations. You're gonna get the real life.
Yeah,
Get the real names. A lot of people never could have put a real name to a lot of these people's faces. They were just characters.
Right.
So when you look at people as just characters, it's really easy to kind of dismiss them as humans.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the fact that we bring the real human feel to it as well, because these people were real people. Like you said, he had a daughter, he had a family, he had a whole situation outside of that squared circle. And even though this is a wrestling show, I think that's the good thing. We're not talking about fucking Dusty Rhodes' son or whoever the fuck's in AEW now, whatever. No shot at him, but what I'm saying is we're giving light to legends. So when you give light to legends, you really need to tell their story. You know, as much as you can. You know, I mean, what brought them to be who they became. To me,
and particularly once again, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be shy. I have no problem saying it. All right. When it comes to the profiling of Black performers in this industry that we love and that we call Mayhem, okay, unlike other presentations of some of these same performers, there will be no whitewashing of the stories. You understand what I'm saying? None. We're not doing that. We unfiltered.
If we can't give the people the truth, then what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
If you want to sit down and listen to shit called facts and believe and just believe it as such, and it's actually not facts, it's a bunch of bullshit. Well, let me tell you, there's plenty of mainstream news outlets that have a 24-hour news cycle that will cater to your belief of bullshit. But when it comes to anything on Monday Night Mayhem, we're going to give you the glitz and the glamour, but we're going to give you the real spiel. If a wrestler was an awesome wrestler and everybody loved him, and he was a douchebag in real life, and we find out about it, we're going to tell you about the douchebaggery. We're going to tell you about that just as much as we are the in-ring shit, because I mean,
it's like you said.
I feel like it gives a depth to the story that we're telling, but
right.
I mean, we're shining light on these people in and out of the ring as far as being a human, being a legend, being a world-renowned athlete, being somebody to talk about.
Right. And like you said earlier, man, it humanizes the story. You know,
yeah.
Like
you see all the cool shit in the ring. You hear about this man dying in a car wreck after his daughter's graduation.
He was actually returning home. So this is on the trip back from attending that. That's crazy.
And as crazy as that is, I mean, how many people in everyday life do you hear about some wild catastrophe like that?
Right.
I promise you this: if you actually listen to the fucking people around you, it's almost a daily story about something.
And I think I know for me and probably like other people, you know, when you think about someone like the Junkyard Dog, when you think about Mr. Sylvester Ritter and what he did and what he contributed to this industry, we love Mayhem. And finding out not only his death, you know, it's the manner. You know, a car accident he gets into, returning from his daughter's graduation. You know, she does pop up again. Who that is? Is that our resident Godfather?
Man, that's the Godfather in the joint.
Yeah, there he is, King of the Avatars. You know what? That thing.
Even if he ain't on screen, he ain't never far around.
Right. But his daughter Latoya Ritter, she pops up once again, J-Wall, because of wrapping up. Him and JYD's sister, let me get her name right, Christine Woodburn. All right. They were the two who inducted JYD posthumously, of course, at his WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, courtesy of 2004. So I guess in hindsight, thank you, Vince, for some inkling of recognition. You know what? I swear, man.
Man, he really should have gave them a fucking belt with his name on it.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, well, how do they determine who's going to win the belt? It's like everything else. It's pre-scripted. It's preordained. You know what I'm saying? But with the coronation of a champion, particularly the world title, you know what I'm saying? That's saying you're the best in the business now. You know what I'm saying? You put in the work. All right. You're filling the seats. People are gravitating towards you. You got that main event heat.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. They
It,
would
it,
not spend money to make a plastic mold of your likeness and put it on store shelves if they don't think you are marketable.
and you know
That's
what,
not something they're gonna do.
J Wall, if we're gonna have like, I don't know, what was that shit on HBO back in the day? Taxi Cab Confessions,
Oh, bro,
right?
I loved it.
Okay,
I
well,
worked out a lot of jack off sessions to that show. Sorry, folks, but it happened.
he's
I,
not
I
sorry,
was
folks.
young. I was
He's
young.
not.
I was like
Well,
14, dude. All I did was have my fucking dick in my hand. Come on, I was 14.
that's right. But I guess we're gonna do like Toys R Us confessions. When I think about my first batch of WWF action figures, all right, JYD was one of the ones in my first actual batch.
Bro, if somehow you still had that, that thing's probably worth gold.
No, there's no way I had it. But you know, I thought I was cool when I got older and I grew up, and but yeah. But dude, I got a lot, man. My comic collection, like way before the Marvel movies even started. Oh my god, I don't even want to think what that shit would be
Oh,
worth
bro.
now.
When I look back at the shit that I had that I just like discarded, said fuck it, or didn't care about
Right.
really, and I think about the shit that I had and I think about today, I'm like, you stupid son of a bitch.
I do have something still pretty cool. All right, because you know they're in the middle of Walking Dead's last season. All right, in storage, I still own the first 100 issues of the Walking Dead comic.
I don't even know if I would have said that on air, bro.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that shit is gotta be sought after.
Well, yeah, I've had the first 100 issues. Like I was reading that way before it was a show. Yeah, I got the first 100 issues still.
You hear that, JD? Porterhouse is on Chris as soon as he sells a couple comics.
I heard that. I heard that shit.
Damn it, JD! Well, and tying up an earlier point when you talk about those lack of world title opportunities. J Wall, like before, you know, we mentioned these people, and a lot of them had, you know, title reigns in a lot of the smaller independent circuits, and we just like to list the major accolades in the major federations, and this is all I could dig up: a one USWA World Heavyweight title as a singles wrestler, and I did mention this as part of his WCW run. One 6-man world tag team title. See, guy never even had a regular tag team world title, man. Like, God, the throne of the crown bullshit. Fuck's sake, man.
It's pretty foul how a lot of these cats got done, man. It really.
I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm digging. I'm like, okay, Wikipedia, and then wrestling bios. I'm like dancing on multiple source sites. Okay,
I'm still fucked up about the only marketed on every TV when they go through the history and do bios and this and that. The only video you see of Andre getting slammed is Hulk Hogan. When we watched Kamala do it,
we watched it.
I'm like, come on, man.
See, like I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. I said it in doing the homework for Kamala the Ugandan Giant. I said it in doing the homework for Coco Beware. I'm saying it again tonight when it comes to Mr. Sylvester Ritter. I want to find that fucking match right there. Okay, but I will say it again when it comes to Mr. Sylvester Ritter, aka Junkyard Dog. It's like someone's trying to rewrite history, or as I like to call history, his story.
Facts. The only thing that gets written in books is by the victor.
You know what I'm saying? So, and bouncing on multiple source sites, J Wall, and to only find this one USWA World Heavyweight Championship and this one WCW 6-man tag title. I'm like, he never even had a regular tag team title between WWF and WCW. When you talking about the two major stateside promotions, all the heat he generated, all the seats he filled, all the people and kids who danced in the ring with that man, all the autographs that man signed, all the spending of his own gas money traveling back and forth to shows and shit because he ain't getting paid for shit.
I mean, the fact that you make this man do this and you don't give him a title is bullshit.
But he's good enough.
But he's
It
good
just
enough.
goes to show you that even though we talk about basketball being crooked, football being crooked, sports entertainment, the biggest sports entertainment shows are even worse. They crooked.
I think about I think about Tony Atlas and Big Cat Ernie Ladd, Brickhouse Brown. You know what I'm saying? When I think about early black wrestling pioneers that I gravitated toward. Yet, as a national push, the Junkyard Dog can lay claim, all right, to the first major black performer, all right, to sell the fuck out of those seats, man. And this is the fucking thanks he gets when he started this gangster shit. Look at this man. 6'2", 280, 85 pounds. What they call it, JD? Country strong.
Yes, sir. Country strong. Ain't nothing but brown beans and potatoes right there.
Yeah, ain't nothing but beans and cornbread right there, man. Ain't nothing but beans and cornbread, y'all. You know, might have a little side of pig feet with some sliced tomatoes and onions with it, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Man. And I tell you, that country strong, that's the real deal. My old man used to tell me about this guy that he played high school football with.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, on the team, they'd hit the weights and do this and that. Dude was only at practice, on field, never in the weight room, and only at games because outside of that, he had to work with his dad, laying block.
Woo!
And my dad said that motherfucker would beat the shit, flip over any lineman you've ever seen, bust a hole in the line a mile long, and knock the quarterback's jaw loose. And he never touched a weight, but he went to work with his daddy every day laying block.
Country strong.
Country strong.
And that was JYD, but athletic, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, when you talk about national push, I mean, we are talking about the first major black performer. You know what I'm saying, to get that mainstream push. And to make the unfortunate discovery, because it really blows me away. I have fond memories of JYD. I have fond memories of him in big matches. All right, and the lack of intercontinental or world title as a single wrestler, the lack of world tag team titles. It's more than disheartening. It saddens me. Doesn't surprise me. It just saddens me.
You know what, man? That's the whole fucked up thing, honestly, man, about this country, if you think about it. I don't want to go too deep, but
that's all right. That's all right, Jay. Walk on. You know what I'm saying? The floor is yours.
Like you said, his story. It's always written by the victor in the books.
All right.
Just like the story of America.
Ooh.
We were led to believe in our history books and throughout our culture that every so-called black man who stepped foot on this soil came from a slave ship.
Right.
Well, that's completely false, because there was so-called black settlers here before, listen to me, folks, before the Mayflower. People think that Africa is a bunch of savages. Are you crazy? Most of Rome's goods and the things that they lived off of came from Africa.
Exactly.
How would you get those goods from Africa to Rome? A boat. So you don't think at the time the world's biggest conglomerate, the biggest thing in the world, all the smartest people, all the gold, all the education, all the books, the fucking pyramids being built,
right,
out of fucking any machinery that we got now, and we still can't figure out how to fucking build a pyramid.
Still can't do it.
You think that these same people couldn't get on a boat and go wherever the fuck they wanted to? They absolutely could, and they absolutely did.
Right.
But like we said, his story is his story, and those books were not written by people who wanted to tell us the real history.
Exactly. Well, see, we ain't
That's
got
why
that.
we have generations upon generations of folks in this country who don't know who they are. Don't know
Exactly.
where they came. Don't know how powerful their history really is, because the only history they get is boats and chains and
Right.
sandwiches, which is happened absolutely, but not even close to the
It's
whole
only
story.
Yeah, it's only a piece. And see, not just Monday Night Mayhem, J Wall. See, here at Blurred Minds Media, we ain't got that issue.
Hell
Okay.
no.
We don't have that issue, all right? And when we do, whether it's a showcase or in the case of tonight, what we call our first spotlight feature, special request by J Wall the Jerk. I'm glad our first spotlight feature was a request by you. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, in doing the homework, it kind of personalized it even more so. You know what I'm saying? With us being comrades and, you know what I'm saying? Slash
Hell
business
yeah.
partners, whatever the case may be. And doing the homework and all those memories coming back, you know, and I YouTubed a few matches, especially some matches between him and Greg the Hammer Valentine. All right.
And plus, on top of that, we are business partners.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are cohorts on this.
right.
But I believe I could say this for JD as well. Man, we family.
Right. And so with that, as J Wall pointed out, and being family, you know, doing this homework for this spotlight feature, you know, some emotions did arise. I'm not going to deny that, and that's due to this man's story. Like J Wall pointed out, everybody we feature, the in-ring accomplishments are still part of their story. These are people. This was their job. This was the life they chose to entertain us for generations and generations. And this is a way we will pay homage to these people. And another way we will pay homage to these performers is telling the full story, all right? Not bits and pieces and the things that's convenient for those that's a little too sensitive for the subject matter.
And honestly, no shots at nobody, because we love to do business with plenty of you. But, I mean, if you watch a lot of the shows on YouTube about wrestlers, you get the baseline rigmarole that you're going to get from fucking if WWE did a spotlight on.
Right.
They're only going to
Yeah.
say the good shit and the in-the-ring shit. And trust me, the in-the-ring shit's important. The knowledge of wrestling and in-character, in-ring situations is important. Absolutely. But, man, we're going deeper than that.
We going deep. We going deep. Deeper than Atlantis, deeper than the seaflow, travel by the mantis. You copycats never know. The truth is that they never flow. But that's enough. X-Clan. More homework, kids. X-Clan, all right? He the word of the brother. Feel me? So I fall off in these little hip hop, what do you call it, J Walk? Drift. It's like Pacific Rim. I'm in the drift, baby.
Oh, dude, trust me. Like everything that comes out of my mouth in the back of my brain always hip hop backbeat.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? He the word of the brother. Not just this brother in particular, as far as your man Chris, aka Apocalypse. All right. You might want to heed the word of a brother like Sylvester Ritter, aka the Junkyard Dog. JYD in the house. Talking that shit, swinging that chain, busting domes with the big bump on the back of his ass. Yeah, when he broke out the thump on the back of his tights, I'm just like, okay, I don't. I mean, it was a reference to the sound your body's gonna make when he hits you with that power slam. Yet, I don't know, thump on your ass, like.
Yeah, you know, outside of being a big monstrous wrestler,
Right.
another avenue of life, that's an invitation for something you don't want.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he was trying to get a job at the stud stable or something. I don't fucking know. So, but, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we appreciate you for chiming in, checking us out, whether live or via replay. Replay values are important to us at Blurred Minds Media. You know what I'm saying? If you get a chance, J Wall, I gotta let them know. If you get a chance, if you haven't checked it out yet, check out Monday Night Mayhem. Okay, ridiculous review. All right, from Christmas Eve, Friday night. Dude, I have watched that show, like, considering we just did it Friday, I can't believe I've watched it that many times. Particularly, it's like an hour or so in. when we're discussing Big Balls Mahoney and Big Dick Dudley, and then there's this whole porn. Then there's like 10 minutes of just porn and Lexington Steel and Big Papa Pump. And I love it, man. I love it. So might have to hit y'all back with a ridiculous review part 2. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Eugene, aka the Vault, had the Dipset a little early due to prior commitments, but we cool with that. Just like a lot of other shit here at Blurred Minds Media. We cool with that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be back in the whip with me next week, riding dirty on another Monday Night Mayhem. Y'all already know. Jay Wall the Jerk, like he told y'all before, Thursday nights. Okay, it's part of new Blurred Minds Media content. Check out his. Bam! Y'all see me? Everything's with an M around here. Movie Militia. All right. And the one and only innovator, creator, originator of the Peacock shoe line himself, Adrian Richardson, will be in the building. All right, check that out as Jay Wall the Jerk and Adrian Richardson put it down. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to bam, Jay Wall the Jerk's Movie Militia. New content going into 22 courtesy of Blurred Minds Media. And as we tell the truth and peel off the nasty scabs of racism in regards to mayhem, we still the new faction. Anybody want to wrap up real quick? Any parting shots before we disperse?
You just have to remind the people, man. We bear with us with these shows, man. We just getting this shit started. We still work for a living, people. We still work for a living. So we ain't just doing these shows. We got real jobs that put food on the table until this here shit take off.
Mm-hmm.
So bear with us. Stick with us, though. I guarantee you'll be happy one day. You'll be like, I remember when they first started.
Thanks, JD, man. The Godfather JD shouting us out. Okay. It is a cool reminder. You do have to bear with us a little bit. We are up and coming. We are new to this podcast game, but we are learning quickly. We are trying to adapt and build. All right. As the conglomerate of free thinkers known as Blurred Minds Media hits y'all off with Shop Talk Sports and Big E on Sunday nights, 8 p.m. All right. That's what I'm talking about. That beat goes so fucking hard.
Hey, matter of fact, we talking about Shop Talk Sports. We talking about Junkyard Dog. Rest in peace, the Junkyard Dog. But in the light of Shop Talk Sports, look what I found.
Oh, yeah. That's his days from Fayetteville State. I'm assuming that's in Arkansas. Because anytime I heard Fayetteville, I naturally think Arkansas.
I mean, even though it's black and white, I can see the heat in the air. That's got to be Arkansas.
Yeah.
No, it may be Fayetteville, Georgia.
Fayetteville State University? Is that in Georgia or Arkansas?
No, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
That's possible, too. Yeah, there is a Fayetteville, North Carolina. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yep.
Well, it's hot in Carolina too. Shit, that's still the South. It's just the South on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, I can't hear his voice in my head, but I'm almost sure it may be Fayetteville, North Carolina. I think he had like a North Carolina accent on him.
Okay, all right. JD, the Godfather, dropping in, checking on us, and giving us a cool little background tidbit. All right, but yeah. Once again, when you talk about a 2-time honorable mention in football, all right, JYD from the jump off, bringing that heat, y'all. We are going to wrap up this Monday Night Mayhem as far as our first spotlight feature ever. There we go. Do you dance? Do you dance? Do you dance? Do you dance? Still, the lack of world titles, and when you talk about that top billing for real, man, it's embarrassing. Vince, look at me. Now, I know you don't give a fucking, like a lot of things over here at Blurred Minds Media. We cool with that. I still gotta let it be known, man. You're a dog motherfucker. You're a dog motherfucker, and you know it, all right? This man toiled. This man worked. This man brought that heat night in and night out. TV events, pay-per-views, dark matches, house shows. It don't fucking matter. and helped you pack a whole lot of seeds. Helped you make a mint. When you talk about that national push and early marketability, product placement, all the shit you was dreaming about taking the WWF into, this man was a pioneer there. And the facts, since everybody want to talk about facts, all right, with the facts that we have uncovered, it is more than easy and obvious to surmise. You denied this man so much opportunity. See, that's that good old boy network.
You know what?
Even in upstate Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? That's the good old boy network.
I tell you what, Vince McMahon, you gonna be what Tom Brady is on Sundays.
Oh man, the new Monday Night Mayhem hashtag. You gonna do it?
Fuck Vince McMahon.
Fuck Vince McMahon hashtag that. We bringing that heat, man. This is what we do with Blurred Minds Media. This is how we coming on Monday Night Mayhem. We unfiltered. We have no allegiance and agenda to no one except our audience and us internally. All right, Blurred Minds Media, the new faction. All right. Fuck
When it
Vince
comes to
Simpson.
media, we are the people's champ.
We the
Mr.
people's champ.
Stephen, we are. I ain't even gonna spell your last name right, chunk.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yo, it's posted, it's listed. New Blurred Minds Media. All right, Monday Night Mayhem hashtag. Fuck Vince Shim. Ain't no taking it back. Ain't no apologizing. All right. Unfiltered, raw, uncut. That's how we doing it in the Blurred Minds Media. That's how we doing it on Monday Night Mayhem. That's how we're doing it on Shop Talk Sports. That's how we're doing it on the Movie Militia and any and all future Blurred Minds Media content that will be featured on this platform. So in the meantime, and in between time, your man Chris, aka Apocalypse, boom. We're gonna sign off. We're gonna kick back. Everybody have a good week. Be prepared for whatever life's gonna throw at you. We just try to bring a little sunshine on your day. All right, with a little Monday Night Mayhem, with a little spotlight feature on the JYD. All right, so in the meantime, in between time, it is time, JY, for us to dip set. We are out. One.
See you in 2022.
Hey,
22.
JD's already in the whip. Hit the gas, brother. We gone.